Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do a quick update on Invest93A. So basically now it's starting to develop and it's starting to intensify now, and I'm going to show you like what all the models are showing in the minute. But basically I think there's more of a conclusion of what's going to happen, especially with the GFS. It looks like it's going to start to intensify, and it could rapidly intensify as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes to Cat 4 or Cat 5. And then there is a bit of uncertainty with the track. It could hit a few areas in western parts of India. And I've had I've had them about a couple of people so far who are who's been asking is it going to affect my area and that, and I've looked into it whereabouts there are, and if you are in around the northwestern parts of India, I definitely think you could get some effect. I think based on the most recent run of the GFS, you might get category 1 to category 2 force winds, which is bad enough as it is. But then you're gonna get onshore flow, and it could what could happen is it could stall, which is the worst thing to happen, because if it stalls, it's gonna drop copious amounts of rain. And remember, rain's the most deadly part of any cyclone or hurricane or typhoon. Also, the winds are going to be a big problem. We could see Cat 1, Cat 2 winds, but with this run, it's more close towards parts of India than the last run, so it's getting closer. Each run goes on, especially with the GFS anyway. So, if you're in northwestern parts of India, I got a message of someone. I'm just gonna pull up where he's from, because I've looked into it. Let's have a look. Karachi in India, and I've looked at where it is. It's more up towards this kind of area, and let's go on with the video. So as we go on, it's rapidly intensifying on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, it's 963 millibars, so it's very intense at the minute. So it's probably a Cat 2 to a Cat 3 at this level, in this stage anyway. And you can see how there's really intense rain bands are wrapping around it, so that's telling me the CDO, or known as the central dense overcast, is really it's perfect. It's so symmetrical. It's got very strong rain bands. It's got very high cloud tops. It's got violent eye wall. So I can see the storm being pretty big as well, and you can definitely see it's got a really nice inflow, and it's got not too much dry at the minute. And then as we go on into Wednesday, it's 941 millibars at this stage. So on Wednesday morning, it looks like it's going to get stronger and stronger, and at the minute the wind won't be the problem for parts of western parts of India, but we could see some swells, maybe some surge from 1 foot to 2 foot at this stage, maybe in western parts of India, around the western parts of India. But as we go on into Wednesday and then into Thursday morning, you can see it's getting really close to India. So right now, this is getting really serious. This is a Cat 4 potentially at landfall, and I think sometimes it might underplay. I think it could become a Cat 4 to a Cat 5, which is what I don't want to say. I do not want to scare anyone, but this is the reality, and this is what we're seeing on the models. And at this point, it's got a perfect donut shape. It looks very it just looks violent, symmetrical. The CDO looks it just looks perfect. It's just really sickening. When my the friend that commented on my channel saying, will it hit Karachi? I've looked where he's from. He's around here. It definitely looks like it could get a landfall. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's happening. There is 2 scenarios. So you're from around here in Karachi, that's around here, okay? It could go 1 or 2 ways, right? So we're on Friday morning. It could either stay stalled right here, where it is, and it could via west, which is good for yous, or it could stall and make landfall, which is the worst case scenario, or it'll skirt around this coast here and it'll make landfall there. But what could happen is, it looks like just before landfall it might weaken slightly. So apart from it being maybe a Cat 4, Cat 5 landfall, it could be a Cat 3 to a Cat 4, which is a major cyclone. It doesn't matter if it's a Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, or even a tropical storm, a tropical wave. It doesn't matter. If it's some sort of tropical wave, take it like seriously. Maybe not the wind threat if it's like a tropical storm or a tropical depression or a tropical wave, but take the rain like seriously. Like loads of people die because of flooding. So many people underestimate it, and they go in the car and then they see the flood and go, oh, my car or vehicle can go over that, and then they drive through it and they're stuck and they die. And some people own like major flooding and like landslides, and like especially in India, like landslides is a massive issue. And like when there's a cyclone on the way, that'll stall and dump loads of rain for days. That's just not going to add any help at all. So the GFS is the worst case scenario, and it makes landfall, well, on this run around Saturday morning, but it makes close approaches to other parts of like northwestern parts of India as well. So at this point we could see hurricane force winds over like parts of India. Yeah, we could definitely see the purple here is definitely on shore. So as I said, it's between 64 knots, which is a threshold, and then upwards towards 96 knots, so between a Cat 1 and a Cat 2. So the eye wall's offshore, but you'll still get like Cat 1 and Cat 2 winds. And then like the majority of the coastline could see Category 1 winds, and then the violent part of the cyclone makes landfall around Karachi, where my friend said he was from. So everyone in India, just please like take it seriously. Like listen to your local authorities as well. Like don't take my word for it. If I was using like parts of northwestern parts of India, like in Karachi or south of Karachi, you need to get out. That's what I would do. Like it's 114 hours away now, which is more reliable. It's not extremely reliable. I'm not saying it's going to exactly hit Karachi, but if it's showing it in the next day, then it just looks more and more likely, and the models are keep shifting towards east. So if you're in Karachi or south of Karachi, give it another day, but like start preparing, start getting like your plans in place. Like don't just wait until like a few days down the line, like when it's right like close to it and it's going to make landfall, and then search is a problem and then you're stuck. The last thing we want is people getting trapped. So give it another day or so, and then like I'll be doing like more updates every day. But if it keeps showing it like to like tomorrow, if it doesn't like try to veer away from the coastline, if it keeps showing what the GFS is showing, you need to get out. Simple. Like I would give it another day, so I'll give you a proper update tomorrow as well. And if it's still showing it, I would advise you to probably leave if you're in Karachi or south of Karachi or in the surrounding areas. You can make it landfall anywhere between around this part in India, just say all the way up and then into Karachi, like that part of India right there. And it just looks really scary. Like if I look at how like strong it is, yeah, like you can't really get the soundings perfectly, like how like strong it is. Like saying it doesn't really like show that well. But that's probably like that's a bit better. That's like showing Category 2, 3 plus winds, but that's definitely Category 4. Like definitely, I can see without a shadow of a doubt. Have a look at the relative humidity. So basically, darker the brown is, there's more dry air, and that's and that's basically suppressed air. If there's dry air, it's suppressing it. So moisture can't thrive. Cyclones cannot thrive in dry air. The more turquoise green it is, the more moist it is, and the bigger storms can get, and the more upward motion and the stronger storms can get. And here is the start of it forming, and there's just loads of moisture. So also going into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday, tons of moisture, not much interfere with dry air whatsoever. We'll make a couple of intrusions, but not too much. Like there could be a couple of eye wall replacement cycles, maybe, or slightly like restructuring, but there's nothing really in the way of stopping it. And all the way onto landfall. On around like Thursday, not Thursday, like Saturday time, it just looks like there's nothing's really in the way, really, and it's just so sad. And if we go on the 200 millibar to 850 millibar wind shear, anything below 20 wind shear is moderate to low wind shear. That's basically favorable. Anything above 20, it's unfavorable. And obviously you're seeing like loads of red around the storm, which is like for 30, 40, 50 knots, which you might think, oh, it can't develop then. But you have to think, cyclones, typhoons, hurricanes creating their own shear, so you have to look past that. So I could say north of the storm, there's wind shear between 10 to 15 knots, which is favorable, which is low on the scale. So as we go on, like the wind shear remains really low on the way until landfall, unfortunately, on Saturday morning. So there's nothing really in the way of stopping it, which is unfortunate. As I showed you on yesterday's update, the ECM wasn't having none of it really, and I haven't really saw it until now. So like, let's what the ECM showing. So on Tuesday, it's obviously intensifying, and it's intensifying more, I think. But then it's doing in landfall in parts of India, which it wasn't showing yesterday. But if we look at the winds, not as strong as earlier. It tropical so much. I mean, the ECM is massively underplaying the strength of the storm. There's nothing in the way. Like, the wind shear is pretty low, and at the minute, if you look at the convection, it's really starting to intensify already. So I won't take the ECM seriously. It's showing it, so we'll have to see what happens. But it's up against it. Like, it's unlikely that it's just not going to form. I think it will form. If they're going to see surface temperature anomalies based on the 1981 to 2010 climatologically, if we look at that, like based on average, India, like parts of where it could make landfall is above average. Like in the way, well, apart from it's slightly below average, but it's going to mainly stay around China, especially like where it could make landfall around. So the sea surface temperatures are around 0.8 to 1.6 degrees above average, which is very favorable. Then if we look at the actual temperatures where it can make landfall, the temperatures are between 30 to 31 degrees, and anything above 26 is favorable. So it's between 30 to 31, pretty low wind shear. There's nothing in the way from a development. So if you're in parts of Karachi, I think it is, or anywhere south of that, keep an eye on the forecast. I'm going to be doing multiple updates. Like, I'm going to be doing some updates every day from now until it makes landfall. I might do a live stream as the days goes on, as it gets more serious. If you're in any of them parts of areas, listen to your local authorities. Like, whatever like they say to do, you need to do it. Like, don't like saying, oh, I'm going to stay back and try to ride it out. You don't want to ride out any storm, especially if it's a category 3, 4, or 5. Like, you don't want to risk it. And like, when that happens, you're just putting your like life in danger. If they try to evacuate you, please heed the warning and leave. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it informative, and I hope I've cleared up like what could happen. And if you like it, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any more updates, especially to do with this situation. And I'll be doing updates every day, especially because of the magnitude of this cyclone that could develop, and it could develop into a very, very major cyclone as well. So yeah, I hope you found it informative, and I'll be doing more updates on Twitter. So if you want to see more updates on my Twitter, it is at ConnorLuke18. I'll be trying to do some more updates on there as well. I'm going to be showing some imagery of what it's looking like, and I'll keep on doing updates on there, and just showing my thoughts. And I'll be doing updates every day on YouTube, explaining what's happening and the developments of this cyclone. So yeah, please subscribe, and I will do a video tomorrow.